Hey friends, I'm Brett Brinkmeyer. Welcome to the Modest Basement Studio. I'm down here today with the Nintendo Switch and the KORG Gadget app to make some electronic music, or at least show you something that I've done with the app. And at the end of this video, we'll have a full song, so I'll try to put something in there that you can click ahead and just hear that part if that's what you're interested in. So just to fill you in here on the way MIDI works, I'm going to just show you a song that I have made before. Okay, so I'm going to switch modes here, and I just want to show you basically how MIDI works. And this device, if you can hear it, is just making these little sounds. I'm just saying random keys here. But when I go into this scene, there's this keyboard across the left part of the screen and little blips here, and each row, it's like a spreadsheet, right? Each row represents one note and each column represents one beat. So here's going to be a note on a note, looks like B flat on a beat, and here's a C on a beat a little bit later. So when I hit play, it plays, right? So you can see how it works. It's pretty simple. I'll exit out of here and go back to the title screen. Yeah, that's fine. And then, so that's the way that kind of MIDI programming tends to work. We're going to make a new song here, so I'll get into that. The KORG Gadget app is really pretty interesting. I'm, for the record, using just a controller here with the Nintendo Switch plugged into my computer so I can do this recording. It's all very simple and yet complicated at the same time. But anyway, the Gadget app is full of these. You can see these little gadgets here. They all make different types of sounds. They're all basically little miniature synthesizers that allow you to create sound. So I'm going to just do a very blank slate setting here. And hopefully, let's see, what should we start with? You got to kind of seed the thing with one of the sounds you want to make. I'm going to just start with some drums. I think it's a simple thing to do. So in here you can see a few different drum tracks set up. I'm going to turn that up a little bit so you can hear it. There we go. So when I hit a couple buttons on the controller, it triggers those things, but the KORG Gadget app allows you to kind of program these in. So if I just do a simple drum beat here and then play it, right now I'm on repeat mode, so if I play it, it does that. If I program in a couple more clicks here and then maybe a clap, where's that sound good? Oh, where's that clap? Right there. Okay, so, and then I hit play. Not really a very interesting beat, but at least you can see what's going on there. I'll clear that out really quick. So let's go back to, yeah, I am going to put, no, I think we're moving too quickly here. Let's try to do something kind of ambient. So I think something more like this. It's still a little fast, so we'll go back out to the main settings and we can change the tempo here. I'm going to go down to like 94. That sounds good. Yeah, and then I'm going to add in, this is my favorite gadget here, this Helsinki thing. It's really a synthesizer. There's a bunch of banks and different types of sound that have been designed. There's some really good ones. So I'm just hitting that button again to get those sounds in there. That's not really what I'm after right now. This North Pole, I've always really loved this. I'm going to turn the attack down though a little bit, so it comes in a little faster. Oh gosh, got to reorient myself to these controls here. Too much. There. So now we can go in here and right now it's just set on one measure, but I'm going to set it to 2 because this pays off with a little bit of duration. This A again. So now we can hear what this sounds like. So we've got an A, a C, and an F. That's probably A minor or C. If it was A minor, I suppose we'd be using, let's see, A, C, E, D. Let's put a D in there instead of that F. Yeah, okay. So now we've got a few basic sounds. So now if we don't repeat it, we get this nice, we gotta change this clip to 2 measures to give it a little intro time and play it. Give it a little drum beat to start in. Yeah. Right now that's the whole song. I'm gonna add in this Wolfsburg thing. It's got a lot of great settings. It's really kind of an 80s sound, most of it. I'm gonna change the order of this there. So now it's gonna come in and have just this nice synth thing by itself, and then it'll add in this ambient tone will come in, and then add in this drum beat, but it needs it. So now it'll do this. You can see when I set the duration of the clip that each of these scenes and each of these little boxes will repeat as the clip plays through the longest part. So it defaults to the longest. There's an easy way to do this. We're going to delete this scene and then duplicate this scene. There we go. And then this Wolfsburg thing. Let's see what kind of sounds we can get. So I'm just going to... Nope. I'm going to put this one on repeat so we can hear it in the background while we kind of try to find some good sound. Let's just go by name this time. I'm going to switch to bank 2 because I'm not used to that. Let's see what some of these sound like. What's phaser trails sound like? No, not good for this. Mystery Kodo? Maybe. No, that's pretty, but what am I looking for? Synthetic organ is neat. If it had some, let's see if it put some effects on it. Right now we've got a tube drive and a phaser on it. Let's replace this tube drive with some delay. There, we'll do BPM delay. Sure. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, I'm sure that's getting annoying in the background. So we'll increase this clip length to 2. And then just play around with some sounds. So we are in A minor. So I think if I start on A, that's nice and predictable. Yeah, see where that's going to go. That's neat. I liked that D from before. But let's pound this A a little bit. That's kind of pretty. All right. What do we need here? I think this drum needs more or some reverb on it. I think if I go to effects, yeah, the effects is not triggered on that bass drum. It's kind of cool. It's kind of growly almost. I wish I could, can I do another? No, I can only put one effect on the drums there. Okay, so yeah, this is maybe obnoxious for you guys, but I'm going to, again, play the final song at the end, so feel free to skip ahead if you're bored at this point. But this, I love this stuff. This is super interesting to me. So let's duplicate this scene, but what we're going to do is give the Wolfsburg a little bit more chance to shine. And I think probably, as much as I love delay, my depth is a little bit much on this Wolfsburg, so I'm going to turn it down and just see. Yeah, that's better. You can actually hear the melody going there, and it does delay kind of ad infinitum. But okay, anyway, on to the next thing. Let's give it a big, long melody line. So again, we're in that A, when you zoom out, you can kind of get a feel for how it like looks. So right now we've kind of got these in this frame that I have selected. You've kind of got this like hillside kind of looking thing. Sometimes I just think about natural shapes in the grid. That's just me. Something I do. Not a big deal. Yeah, I like this. Okay, this is going well. Let's save before we... Okay, controller, you're driving me nuts. We're going to save this in a new slot. I come up with random names usually, I guess, so... There, saved. Okay, so let's listen to it overall here. I'm going to turn the repeat off. As you can see, I got an idea here. This Helsinki is starting to drive me nuts. Two things. The Helsinki is driving me nuts, and that BPM delay is just too much depth, as much as I hate to admit it. Let's see if... Not that one. This one. That's better. This gadget, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, that actually is going to work pretty well. So let's actually copy this to here. Bit. Where's my output? Anybody see the output on this beast? See how it transitions here. You can barely notice it actually. I think that's all right. So then let's add something to this drum beat. I'm going to copy this for the next scene, and I think a clap would be really nice. There. Okay, nothing else is going on in the scene, so let's just copy this little melody that we made and paste it there. I don't think that's going to work. I think what we need is a kind of virtual something. So this gadget is full of synthesized real instruments. So okay. So sometimes I just hear things in the background that I want to add, and I heard like a big fat wah in the back of this. It's not the Brussels, it's the Miami. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yes. This is what I'm looking for. Too verby. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's this that I'm looking for. I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so there's not much going on in this song so far. There are 6 tracks, so that's kind of a bit, not a ton. We've got drums, this ambient Helsinki thing that I love, this 80s thing, this weird... we have it set to a pretty normal sound, actually. We can mess with that later. And these violins. I think it was violins. What was that? Yeah, strings. And this. So what else can we do with all this? Let's... I really like this 80s thing. So let's duplicate. Nope. Duplicate the scene. And then I'm going to clear this. And I want to highlight this machine because it's just so much fun. And then add some interesting stuff to the drums. So I'm going to increase the drum clip, maybe just to 2 for now. And I'm going to copy this and repeat it. Why didn't it let me paste that? Copy. And then you want to move your cursor to where, there it's paste to where it starts. The wrong button. Okay, let's get some hi-hat. I think that's this. Yeah, stop talking. Sorry about that. But what I'm doing here is just trying to create something interesting to listen to. And I think this might. These other ones. No, I don't think I'm going to use that. I don't think I'm going to use those, but we've got a little more going on the drums. Let's see what other sounds we can find. This track 7. Ooh. Yeah, let's turn the volume up on that guy. Oh, what if we reverse that? There's a reverse button somewhere. Yeah, here it is. It's in the effects. Oh. No, reverse kind of sounds like a fart. I'm going to let it go forward. Yep. I love that clap in there. It's really nice and slow. All right, what I was going to do, though, once I got that built up, was make another kind of melody in this Wolfsburg thing. The other melody, I made this. Oh, so this is such a nice, like, backgroundy. We need to go higher. We did this already, though. Let's start with the 5th, which I think is the E. Let's do a bunch of them. And then juggle the top a little. Okay. Yeah, I like where that's going. Okay, so we've got something to work with here. This 5th, this repeating note happens sometimes, and you get a lot more activity. So you don't have to do all those. Let's do. And then the trend is going lower next, so let's do that. Yeah, and then we'll just come back down. Cool. So far, we're doing good. Let's listen to. No, we won't listen to the whole thing overall. I want to keep these strings alive, though. So we're centering on that 5th. So let's just see what happens if we add some of the. Okay. Interesting. Oops. Interesting, but we want it to vary a little bit too. Neat. So what next? We got a bunch of drums. Let's listen to these two and see what it suggests. Oh, that whole time I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. You missed some stuff. I added a chiptune machine, and then I replaced some of the other melodies, or rather copied some of the other melodies from the Wolfsburg, that 80s sounding thing, to the chiptune machine later on. So here's what the new section sounds like. Sorry. I guess the best I can say is technical difficulties, but maybe you're getting bored anyway, so here's some interesting stuff. I'll play this for you. Okay, and then did you hear that kind of echo at the end? I'm going to put just a blank scene there, and then we're going to just come in with kind of a slam and a big something, maybe a chiptune something. Okay, this is a kind of an industrial, this is the Amsterdam, it's kind of an industrial percussion thing. Where's my main master? There it is. I'm going to turn that way up. And then we're going to put this on the strings in the next scene. Nope, not in the next scene. Hello, where did everything go? There it is. This on the strings. Paste. We need more drums here if we're going to do that. Then we're going to keep that and keep this. And where are my drums? Here they are. And this one. I'm going to edit those other drums later. We're gonna just bounce this melody around. Whoops, clear. No. Clear clip. Okay, then I like the chiptune, so we're going to play with the chiptune. Neat. I'm not sure where to go next. I'll edit this drum thing because I was going to build intensity here, but I failed. We're going to create a 4-bar here. I'm just kind of, yeah, listen to that. Okay. I'm going to add some clicks to this. Something interesting in this track, maybe you know this already, but this thing is changing the sound of this thing. This thing is looping. When it hits that when it hits that D that I put in there, this one, it changes the sound of it. So watch it. Not here, but the next bar. I don't know. Maybe my talking distracts from it, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to do a fall here. So I'm going to kind of invert that. So here's these two together. And we lost, I just realized we lost our Helsinki a while ago, which I love. So the next track is going to have that instead of this. And then that really crazy, this thing on the chip. And I'm running out of ideas here, so I'm just going to put some of this here, and then this one is going to be just RA. Let's see how it wraps up. It's the drum track. I was trying to figure out why it repeated. It's this. Clear that, and then clip 1. Okay. I mean, I don't know, maybe a little anticlimactic, but that's our first try at a song. So here we are at this point in the video. If you fast forwarded to here, this is where the song starts. I'll put maybe a tag or something to let you know that that's how that works. But here's the whole song. I'm going to get my face out of here. Thanks for watching. This is, what do we call this? Oh, let's save it. Goodness sakes. System. Save. We called it Eternal Blippity. So thanks. I'm Brett Brinkmeyer again. Thanks for coming down to the Modest Basement Studio. This has been a session with the KORG gadget app on the Nintendo Switch. And here is Eternal Blippity.